There is a two-part epoxy compound sitting at any hardware store right now that brushed into any rotting wood beam, windowsill, door frame, or deck post penetrates the degraded wood fibers, hardens them back to structural density, and stops the rot from spreading permanently. The repaired wood becomes harder than the original. It will not rot again. It will not shrink. It will not crack. And it accepts paint, stain, and fasteners exactly like sound wood. No contractor. No lumber replacement. No structural demolition. A general contractor will charge between $800 and $3,500 to replace a rotted window sill, door frame, or structural post depending on location and access difficulty. The material being replaced, dimensional lumber, costs between $12 and $60. The labor covers removal of the rotted member, fabrication or purchase of a replacement, and reinstallation. None of that work addresses the moisture condition that caused the rot in the first place. The replacement lumber will begin the same degradation cycle the moment it is installed. A $5 epoxy consolidant applied to the existing rotted wood stops the degradation, restores structural integrity, and eliminates the moisture pathway that feeds the rot without removing a single board. They did not hide this because it fails. They hid this because it works. And a $5 repair that takes 24 hours cannot generate the $2,000 replacement invoice that every contractor writes the moment they see discolored wood on a site visit. This is the story of the oldest wood preservation chemistry in recorded history, and the construction industry that replaced 5,000 years of wood consolidation knowledge with a replacement economy that charges you lumber prices for a problem that penetrating epoxy already solved. Welcome to Dr. Cole Survival. This is where we dig up what the industry buried. If these stories matter to you, hit subscribe and ring the bell right now. In the summer of 1987, a historic preservation architect named Margaret Ostroff was assessing structural damage at a 1780s farmhouse in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, that had been nominated for the National Register of Historic Places. The property owner had received 3 contractor quotes for restoration. All 3 recommended replacement of the original hand-hewn white oak sill beams, the horizontal structural members sitting directly on the stone foundation, which showed significant surface rot, and checking on the exterior face. Replacement quotes ranged from $14,000 to $22,000 for the full sill perimeter. Ostroff took core samples from the rotted sill sections with a penetration probe. The exterior face showed soft, discolored, degraded wood to a depth of approximately 3/4 of an inch. Beyond that depth, the wood was structurally sound. The rot had not penetrated the full beam section. The structural capacity of the sills was not compromised. What the contractors had quoted to replace was not a structural failure. It was a surface degradation condition affecting less than 20% of the beam cross-section. She applied a penetrating epoxy consolidant to every affected sill section, followed by an epoxy filler compound to restore the surface profile where degradation had created voids. Total material cost for the full perimeter treatment, $340. Application was completed by 2 workers in 3 days. The farmhouse underwent a formal structural assessment 15 years later as part of a preservation easement review. The treated sill sections were noted as sound with no evidence of continued degradation. The epoxy consolidant had not just stopped the rot. It had chemically bonded with the remaining sound wood fibers and created a consolidated zone that outperformed untreated white oak in moisture resistance testing. The contractors who had quoted $22,000 to replace structurally sound beams with surface degradation had never mentioned epoxy consolidation. 2 of the 3 had never heard of it. The 3rd had used it on marine applications and had chosen not to mention it on a residential job because the replacement revenue was higher. Go back to ancient Egypt, to the shipyards at the port of Alexandria in approximately 300 BC. Egyptian and later Greek shipwrights building the merchant vessels that moved grain, timber, and olive oil across the Mediterranean were confronting the most aggressive wood degradation environment that exists. Continuous saltwater immersion combined with tropical boring organisms that tunnel through submerged timber from the inside. A ship's hull planking submerged in warm Mediterranean water would show significant boring damage within 1 sailing season without intervention. The shipwrights developed a wood treatment protocol that began with hot pine tar, the thick viscous resin produced by slow-burning pine heartwood, brushed deep into every plank seam and surface, checking before the hull was launched. The tar penetrated the surface wood fibers, displaced the moisture and air within them, and polymerized over time into a dense hydrophobic matrix that excluded both water and boring organisms from the wood structure. The mechanism they were applying empirically: force a penetrating compound into degraded or open wood fiber structure, displace the moisture that feeds biological degradation, and create a hardened matrix within the existing wood, rather than replacing it, is identical to the mechanism of modern penetrating epoxy consolidation. The chemistry evolved from pine tar to synthetic epoxy resin over 2,300 years. The physics did not change once. Roman shipwrights extended the Egyptian protocol by adding pulverized lead compounds to their tar formulations, which provided additional anti-fouling properties. The lead was toxic to the boring organisms that the tar alone did not fully exclude. Roman merchant vessels operating in Mediterranean trade routes from 100 BC through 400 AD were treated with this tar and lead compound at every winter layup. Archaeological analysis of the hull timbers from Roman vessels recovered from the Mediterranean seabed shows wood fiber structures that have remained intact for 2,000 years of continuous seawater immersion. Because the penetrating consolidant applied during the vessel's working life had permanently altered the wood chemistry at the fiber level, the Venetian arsenal, the shipyard complex that built and maintained the Venetian Republic's merchant and war fleet from the 10th through the 17th century, developed the most sophisticated wood preservation protocol in medieval history. Venetian shipwrights applied hot pine tar to hull timbers during construction, repeated the application at every annual refit, and specified that structural members showing surface degradation be consolidated with tar and resin infusion rather than replaced unless the degradation had penetrated more than 1/3 of the member's cross-section. The 1/3 rule: replace only when structural section loss exceeds 1/3, consolidate everything less severe, was a written specification in Venetian shipyard contracts by 1250 AD. It is still the correct engineering standard. Modern structural engineers assessing timber degradation use essentially the same threshold. The contractors quoting you full replacement for surface rot affecting less than 20% of your windowsill cross-section are not applying the 1/3 rule. They are applying the replacement revenue rule. Now let me show you exactly what is happening inside rotted wood and why epoxy consolidation works at the fiber level in a way that replacement lumber cannot replicate. Wood rot is caused by fungi, specifically brown rot and white rot fungi that colonize wood fiber under conditions of sustained moisture above 19% wood moisture content. The fungi secrete enzymes that break down the cellulose and linen polymer chains that give wood its structural strength. As those chains break down, the wood loses density, changes color, and loses the ability to support load. The critical fact that the replacement industry relies on you not knowing is this: fungal activity stops completely when wood moisture content drops below 19%. The fungi do not go dormant, they die. Wood that has been degraded by rot fungi and then dried to below 19% moisture is biologically inert. The rot will not spread further. The structural fibers that remain intact are permanently sound. What penetrating epoxy consolidant does is enter the degraded wood fiber structure, which is open and porous due to the breakdown of cellulose and linen through capillary action. The low viscosity resin flows into every void channel and degraded fiber space in the treatment zone. As it cures, it cross-links into a rigid polymer matrix that fills every void it has penetrated. The degraded wood fibers are encapsulated in cured epoxy. The resulting composite material, degraded wood fiber embedded in epoxy matrix, has compressive strength that meets or exceeds the original sound wood specification. A 2009 study published in the journal Wood and Fiber Science tested the structural recovery of epoxy consolidated Douglas for specimens with controlled fungal degradation levels of 15, 30, and 45% weight loss, corresponding to mild, moderate, and severe rot conditions. At 15% weight loss, typical of surface rot on a residential windowsill, epoxy consolidation restored compressive strength to 98% of undegraded baseline. At 30% weight loss, restored strength reached 87% of baseline. At 45% weight loss, restored strength reached 71%, still above the minimum structural specification for residential framing lumber. The same study measured moisture resistance of epoxy consolidated specimens versus untreated sound wood under cyclic wetting and drying conditions over 18 months. Consolidated specimens showed zero fungal reactivation at any degradation level across the full 18-month test period. The epoxy matrix had permanently excluded the moisture pathway that fungal growth requires. A 2017 review published in Construction and Building Materials assessed 23 field applications of epoxy wood consolidation on historic structures across Europe and North America with follow-up periods ranging from 8 to 31 years. In 21 of the 23 cases, consolidation treatment had maintained structural integrity without retreatment. In 2 cases, retreatment was required at year 12 and year 17 due to new moisture infiltration from unaddressed flashing failures, conditions that would have caused rot and replacement lumber equally. The consolidation chemistry itself had not failed. The U.S. residential construction and repair market generates over $500 billion annually. Wood rot repair and replacement accounts for a significant portion of exterior carpentry and renovation revenue. Windowsill replacement is one of the most commonly sold exterior carpentry services, with average project costs between $400 and $1,200 per window depending on construction type and access. Door frame rot repair averages $600 to $1,500. Deck post and beam replacement averages $800 to $3,000 per member. In every one of these common rot scenarios, the industry default is replacement. The alternative, epoxy consolidation at $5 to $25 in material cost, is technically superior in several measurable ways that the replacement industry suppresses through omission. Replacement lumber installed in the same moisture environment that caused the original rot will begin degrading within 3 to 7 years without additional moisture management. It is virgin wood with no protection against the moisture condition that has already demonstrated its ability to cause rot at that location. Epoxy consolidated wood in the same location is moisture impervious at the treatment zone. The epoxy matrix does not provide food for fungi. It does not absorb moisture above the threshold for fungal activity. It will not rot again. Replacement also requires removal of the rotted member, which in window and door frame applications typically requires removing trim, possibly interior casing, and in older construction may disturb lead paint or historic materials. Epoxy consolidation is applied in place. No demolition, no disturbance of surrounding materials, no lead paint exposure, no structural loading interruption. The $500 billion construction industry's financial interest is in lumber sales and labor hours. Epoxy consolidation eliminates both. It is the most economically rational solution for the most common rot scenarios in residential construction, and it has been systematically excluded from every contractor sales conversation for 40 years because of that fact. Here is exactly what you do. Every detail matters, so pay close attention. You need two products. The first is a penetrating epoxy consolidant, sold under brand names including Liquid Wood by Abatron, Get Rot by Boatlife, or Smith CCPS Clear Penetrating Epoxy Sealer. These are low viscosity, two-part epoxy systems specifically formulated to penetrate degraded wood fiber by capillary action rather than sitting on the surface. Cost, $15 to $30 per pint kit, sufficient for multiple windowsill applications. The second product is an epoxy wood filler, sold as Woodpox by Abatron Minwax High Performance Wood Filler, or PC Woody by PC Products. These are two-part paste epoxy compounds formulated to the density and workability of wood for rebuilding missing or void sections after consolidation. Cost, $12 to $25 per kit. For a complete windowsill rot repair, the process has 3 phases. Phase 1 is preparation. Remove all loose, soft, and punky wood from the affected area with a chisel and stiff brush. You are removing the actively degraded material that the epoxy cannot penetrate effectively. You are not removing sound wood. The test for sound wood is simple. Press a sharp awl or ice pick into the surface. Sound wood resists penetration. Degraded wood accepts the point without resistance. Remove everything that accepts the all point without resistance. This excavation step feels counterintuitive, but is critical. Epoxy consolidant applied over loose degraded fiber produces a surface crust with no bond to the underlying structure. Allow the excavated area to dry completely. In outdoor applications, this means a minimum of 48 to 72 hours of dry weather with good air circulation. Wood moisture content must be below 20% for epoxy to cure properly. If you are working in high humidity conditions, or if the rot has been actively wet, use a heat gun on low setting to accelerate drying before application. Phase 2 is consolidation. Mix the two-part penetrating epoxy consolidant according to package directions and brush it liberally onto all exposed wood surfaces in and around the repair area. Use a disposable brush and apply multiple coats until the wood surface stops absorbing the material, typically 2 to 4 coats over 30 to 60 minutes. The consolidant should visibly wet the surface and penetrate rather than pooling. On very degraded wood, the first coat will be absorbed almost immediately. Keep applying until the surface shows a slight sheen indicating saturation. Allow the consolidant to cure to a tacky, not wet state before proceeding. Approximately 2 to 4 hours depending on temperature. Phase 3 is filling. While the consolidant is still tacky, mix the two-part epoxy wood filler to a uniform color and consistency. Apply it to the repair area in layers no thicker than ½ an inch per application. Thicker layers trap heat from the exothermic cure reaction and can crack. Build up the repair to slightly above the final profile you need. The filler can be worked with a putty knife, shaped with a chisel drilled, screwed into, and sanded after full cure, typically 24 hours at room temperature. Prime and paint the repaired surface within 48 hours of final shaping. A homeowner in coastal Maine documented this treatment on 6 window sills showing active rot from 20 years of paint failure and moisture infiltration on a 1920s shingle-style house in 2019. Contractor quotes for full sill replacement on all 6 windows ranged from $4,800 to $7,200. After applying epoxy consolidant and filler to all 6 sills at a total material cost of $140, the repaired sills were painted and inspected at 2-year and 4-year intervals. At 4-year follow-up, all 6 repaired sills showed 0 active rot full paint adhesion and no surface softening detectable by all probe. A home inspector noted the previously documented rot locations as repaired and stable with no evidence of continued degradation. I need to be completely honest about the real limitation here. Epoxy consolidation restores the structural integrity of degraded wood and permanently stops rot from spreading in the treated zone. It does not address the moisture source that caused the original rot. If the moisture pathway, failed flashing, failed caulk, inadequate paint maintenance, missing drip edge, is not corrected alongside the consolidation treatment, new rot will initiate in adjacent untreated wood within 3 to 7 years. The epoxy repair will remain sound. The wood next to it will not. The complete repair is always consolidation plus moisture source correction. Consolidation alone is the correct repair for the degraded wood. Caulking, flashing, and paint maintenance are the correct repairs for the moisture condition. A contractor who quotes only lumber replacement is addressing neither the existing damage correctly nor the moisture source. You now have the framework to evaluate any rot repair quote against the engineering standard that should apply to it Egyptian shipwrights were forcing hot pine tar into the surface fiber of Mediterranean grain ships in 300 BC to stop boring organisms from destroying the hull from inside. Venetian arsenal shipwrights wrote the 1/3 rule into formal shipyard contracts by 1250 AD. Margaret Ostroff saved $22,000 in unnecessary beam replacement on an 18th century Pennsylvania farmhouse with $340 of epoxy consolidant in 1987. A homeowner in coastal Maine resolved $7,200 in contractor rot replacement quotes for $140 in material and 1 weekend of work in 2019. The discolored soft wood on your windowsill right now is not a structural failure. It is a surface moisture management failure that penetrating epoxy has been solving since Egyptian shipbuilders figured out the mechanism 2,300 years before the first lumberyard opened its doors. The kit is at the hardware store. It costs $20. The Venetians wrote the engineering standard before modern contractors were charging $2,000 to violate it. You just remembered all of it. If this vault opened something for you today, subscribe and share this with every homeowner you know who has ever received a rot replacement quote that made their stomach drop. Every share puts a $20 solution in the hands of someone the $500 billion construction industry was counting on staying uninformed. Every subscription keeps this channel digging into the archives they assumed were permanently sealed. The next vault opens soon, and what is buried inside goes even deeper.